Do you like playing games? What about some of the classics like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, or Guitar Hero? Well, then you need to know about the 3,000 square foot Roanoke Starcade in downtown Roanoke Center in the Squares building. Join us today to tell us about the museum and arcade and their upcoming after hours and silent disco event is Miss Mackenzie Vale. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
All of those, by the way, except maybe Donkey Kong is my jam. Those were my games. Love playing them. So for anyone that doesn't know, tell us a little bit more about the Roanoke Starcade. What makes it unique and what inspired the start of this business?
Well, I think the inspiration kind of speaks for itself. Everybody loves video games, and it's a nostalgic thing that people of all ages can enjoy with family, alone, with friends. The Roanoke Starcade is an interactive, playable museum inside the center in the square. It's an arcade, not to be confused with other arcades, because right now we're trying to bring an educational value to the Starcade. It's fun, you can play games, but there's so much that you can learn from video games.
Oh, now you sound like my son. Mom, there's so much you can learn from all this gaming that I'm doing. Okay, I would take your word for that. So here's the thing though, but what makes Roanoke Arcade a museum though? And careful how you answer this because you might make me feel really old.
No, I mean, yeah, there are games that are very old. The oldest game ever made was Pong, as you have probably heard of. But video games evolve constantly, especially through the decades. And the Roanoke Starcade wants to put a spotlight on not just the nostalgia of older games, but also everything that goes into the making of a video game, because the world is so vast, from art concepts to video game design. There's a lot of things like physics and mechanics, computer graphics, voice acting, music, sound effects. There's so many things. And not a lot of people think about those things when they're playing video games. So we want to shine a light on that.
I love it. I love it. All right. Now, tell us a little bit about this after hours event. It sounds like it's geared towards adults, right? And if so, also it also encompasses a silent disco, which I love those, by the way. But not everyone may be familiar with what that is. So tell us a little bit about the event and also explain about this, what a silent disco entails.
Cool. So I'm really excited about both of these events, and they're two totally, well, not totally different. They're two different events. The after hours is more targeted to people that are 21 and up, gamers or non-gamers, but just adults that want to play games without kids around.
Gotcha. And then the silent disco.
So the silent disco is a lot like the after hours, no kids, adult beverages, and you get to play games at the Starcade, but we also incorporate 3 DJs at a time. We have these silent disco headphones that have 3 channels on it with a switch on the headphones where you can switch the DJ, like depending on which one you want to listen to. You can play games while you're listening to any of these 3 DJs at a time.
Love that. Love, you got musical options while also entertaining yourself by playing games. Okay, well, give us the details of when these events are taking place and how we go about getting tickets, or if you could get them there at the door.
So we're going to try to make these monthly events because we've had such a really awesome reception from them in the past. So our after hours event, our second one of the year, is happening this Friday. And then our silent disco is going to be happening on July 30th.
All right.
From 8 to 11, and you can get tickets on the Starcade website. It's www.roanokestarcade.org.
All right. Well, nobody wants me in Pac-Man. Y'all don't want this because I will kill it. I will
love to hear
crush you. I'll be there. Bring it on. All
right.
All right, Mackenzie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.